Are you guys tired of wasting your money on packs? Then check out my sponsor, MMOEXP. They have by far the cheapest Madden 21 coins, and make sure you use code Bangsy for 5% off at checkout, as well as use the link in the top of the description. Helps out the channel a lot, and I appreciate you boys. Yo, what is poppin' YouTube? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your guys' first time ever watching or clicking on my videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're getting very close to 3.1 thousand subscribers, and I think from now on every 100 subscribers we're giving away 100,000 coins. We give away 25 to 4 people, so make sure you guys go ahead, hit the subscribe button, because you guys definitely want to be a part of that every 100 subscribers, which happens pretty often. So let's go ahead, get right into the video. You guys saw it. What are the best abilities to run on offense and defense now since the new meta change, since the new updates and stuff like that? So let's go and hop right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and hop right in my binder, show you guys what abilities I'm personally running, and then abilities that you can be running for different players that you have, mostly just quarterbacks. But let's go and hop into it. So first thing, your running back. If you're running a Bo Jackson type of running back that doesn't get elusive or anything like that, or any running back, I really just recommend reach for it. It's a super good ability, gonna help you get a lot of extra first downs and touchdowns when you really don't deserve it. So reach for it. It's a 1 ability point as well, so it is a very nice thing. Only 1 ability point, really cheap, pretty good. If you do have like a Bo Jackson like bruiser, it's okay. It's not super good. None of these are really good in my opinion. Obviously human joysticks, everyone has it, but it's 10 HP. Even spin cycle is 3. I just don't really think it's worth it for 3. Jukebox is 3. Don't really think it's worth 3 as well. So I really just recommend to reach for it for the running backs. Granted, you could run spin move if you do know the little glitchy spin, but again, 3 ability points, not really worth it in my opinion. Next, bench press is still a very good ability, even though they did nerf it and made it 3 ability points instead of 1. I still run it on Byron Jones and Cortland Finnegan. You guys don't know what bench press does. Pretty much it makes it to where it fatigues the receiver when you win a bench. So I have it on my number 1 and number 2 corner, so they're always on the 2 best receivers. And also have it on my 2 highest benching you see, or highest pressing you see. Byron Jones has 94 press, so obviously he's winning the majority, if not all, of his presses. And same thing with Cortland Finnegan. He has a very good press as well. I don't think it's as high as 94, but it's definitely still high. 91, so it's still very high. He's winning a lot of his presses, so I have it on them too, so that they're fatiguing the number 1 and number 2 receivers. Next thing I do have is edge threat on Lawrence Taylor. I would recommend having at least 1 edge threat on your team. Edge threat is a super good ability. It is 3 ability points. You can see that's already 9 ability points just on 3 players. But these two, having bench press is super good. If you don't want to have bench press, I'd recommend putting acrobat maybe on your corner so you can have more pass rushing abilities. That's what I would recommend. If you guys don't want to do the bench press thing, you could do a couple acrobats, because acrobat's pretty cheap. It's only 1 XP or 1 ability point, and then you could put like edge threat, run stuff and stuff like that on your defense and offensive line, or on just your defensive line, obviously. Lawrence Taylor coming in with edge threat, beautiful, especially on Lawrence Taylor, especially how I have him boosted up, because I have pass rush. This Lawrence Taylor is a absolute goon. You see 94 power move, 91 finesse move, 88 speed, 87 block shed. This dude is an animal of edge threat. He literally gets probably like 3 or 4 stacks a game. Super insane card. Edge threat is super glitchy. If they do have edge protector, just move them to the other edge. If they have edge protector on both sides, then you're kind of out of luck. But if they do have edge protector on one side of their offensive line, just go ahead and move them to the other side pretty easily. So then the last ability I do have, I put acrobat on Isaiah Simmons, because he is my user, so it helps me get some more cool diving interceptions and stuff like that. So those are the abilities I have on my defense. You could switch it up, put acrobat on your corners, and then put like edge threat on both your ends if you want to, or stuff like that. I do have avalanche on Jamal Adams, just because his X factors are pretty. You can have X factors on people that don't have abilities, but X factors really aren't that good. Not really going to go over them. So let's go over my complete offense. Obviously, I already went over Bo Jackson, got reach for it on there. Super good ability. I actually love that ability. And then I have Escape Artist and Roaming Deadeye on Lamar Jackson. Now, Escape Artist is not as necessary as it was last year. So if you're running a mobile quarterback and you don't want to use Escape Artist, because it does take 3 ability points, you don't really need it. Just make sure you have Roaming Deadeye though, because it still has the glitch you can do where if you're running out of the pocket and you let go of right trigger, you can still throw the ball, and it's acting as if you're standing outside of the pocket. So you get perfect pack accuracy, which is better than if you would do Dashing Deadeye, because Dashing Deadeye is 2 ability points, Roaming Deadeye is 1. and dashing Deadeye as well as only 40 yards. Roaming Deadeye kind of has what however far you want. Another good ability would be Quick Draw. You can put a Quick Draw on the first second. It's only 800 XP or XP, 800 training points. Not super expensive. It pretty makes it faster throwing animations while under pressure. So you know, you get those throw out of sacks, which suck. This will help you not get as many quick draws. A pretty solid ability. All the other ones aren't super good. I mean, unless you do run a scheme where you're running a lot of your quarterback, you can run fast break, but that's 3 ability points and it's only on certain things. Not a super good ability in my opinion. You see, get fast break right here. Roaming Deadeye, tight out consistent catching for times who beat their coverage. That's not anything super amazing. Yeah, none of these are really that good. I would recommend just Escape Artist if you do really want it. Like Red Zone Deadeye and Long Range Deadeye don't really do much in my opinion. Yeah, so for mobile quarterbacks, it's either you want to go roaming and quick draw or roaming and escape artist, or you can go escape artist, roaming, and quick draw. Those are the 3 abilities I would recommend for a improviser or a scrambling quarterback. But if you have Dan Marino, Hot Route Master, and Set Feet Lead, guaranteed need to be on your quarterback. That's the only reason you'd ever use them. Set Feet Lead is a really good ability, helps you be able to make throws that like Lamar Jackson and stuff can't. And then obviously Hot Route Master is going to make it to where you can put that on and have to not put it on other abilities. So you're going to see later on. For my scheme personally, you see I got Jermichael Finley right here with Tight End Apprentice. Tight End Apprentice is a super good one because you get a lot of good man beating routes for tight ends. The catching abilities aren't super good like they used to be. Slot-O-Matic is actually insane, but it's 4 ability points on him. It's less on receiver. I think it's like 3 on the receiver, but like mid out elite, deep end elite, and stuff like this, these really aren't that super good compared to what they were last year, because they're just better catching. It's not like last year where you got improved route running with that. Matchup Nightmare, I have not actually tried it, but I believe better route running and catching versus linebacker. So this would probably be a beast, especially if they're doing a lot of man coverage on you. Short out elite and short and elite, improved catching on short passes inside the numbers. Yeah, they're just not that good. So I would only recommend really Tight End Apprentice. Red Zone Threat always sounds good, but he never really comes down fit. So if you don't, I'd recommend Tight End Apprentice. You get that crossing route, you get that corner and post route. Super good, a lot of good routes on there for your tight end. Granted, if you don't throw it to your tight end, don't use Tight End Apprentice on him. Use your abilities on your receivers. Now, Marvin Harrison right here, you see I got Route Technician and Slot Apprentice on him right here. Route Technician is 2 XP or 2 experience points. Ability points, gosh, I'm struggling right now. And then Slot Apprentice is 1. I use Slot Apprentice because it's part of my scheme is I have some routes I need him to run, and then I have Route Technician. I would have Slot-O-Matic if I did have space, but this is on all routes, and this is on better catching and cuts on short routes. But the Slot-O-Matic this year is really glitchy. If you do throw a lot to your slot, put on Slot-O-Matic and you could almost take off Slot Apprentice, or you could maybe take off Tight End Apprentice if you don't use Tight End Apprentice. But again, the other let's go look at like, where is he? Where's my boy? Let's look at Reggie Wayne. Let's look at other abilities for receivers and tell you guys why I don't really like them that as much. Right here, he's a route running. Obviously, the archetype does matter, but like mid in elite, mid out elite, mid deep in elite, all these really don't do much. Comeback, obviously, that's not going to do you that much. Route Technician's good, Slot-O-Matic's good. If you could get Playmaker's obviously a super good one. Grab and Go, I mean, I've never got it, so it could be glitchy. Evasive, obviously, not that good. Wide Receiver Apprentice, obviously, if you can get Wide Receiver Apprentice, or what is it, like outside of print, yeah, Wide Receiver Apprentice, obviously super nice. But everything else, like, these really aren't that good. What really matters this year for route running is if you reach the 90, which you can see Reggie Wayne meets the deep and the medium, and he almost meets the short, close but not quite there. But yeah, that's what really matters this year, is the route running with your speed, which I personally prefer over just the abilities, making it to where you can run better routes. Like, so if you call it like a corner route with the tight end, it's not going to give him some glitchy route like it used to last year. Let's go look at other abilities that are compatible, like on their defensive line. Let's look at Leroy Glover right here. If you guys don't want to do bench press, you'd rather do something else, you get the abilities right here. Inside stuff, I could see being very glitchy. Quicker run checks against inside zone plays, except it is 3 ability points, so it is a decent amount. Same thing with no outsiders, but again, those are really going to help you with the run, especially since the run is starting to become more meta. Under pressure is obviously a super good one. Gives you a larger effect under QB pressure and disruption. 2 ability points. A lot of these are just if you use with a D line, which I'd recommend not, like Swim Club, Spinner, Speedster, On My Way, and stuff like that. Not super good. So Enforcer is actually a pretty bad one. Look at the safeties, because you're going to put on abilities on safeties. Obviously, some people are going to want to. So go like Jamal Adams, best safety in the game. Enforcer is not a very good ability this year. Hit sticks they don't cause many fumbles as they used to. Tip drill is not really that good. Run stopper, I've not used it, but I would imagine run stopper would be pretty good on Jamal. Like these flat zone knockouts, these deep end zone knockouts, again, these are not super good in my opinion. I would say the one going, I don't know if he gets it, but one step ahead is another really good one. But it is, I think it's 3 ability points on most people. And obviously when you can get film study, it's going to be super good, but it is 7 ability points. So it's going to take a bunch of it. Lurker, again, is another great one if you can get it. But most people can't get that right yet. So that's why you can run usually Acrobat, which is good, but not as good. Strip Specialist isn't anything good. Short Route KO, not any good. Homer, obviously Indoor Baller is trash. Secure Tackler is probably a decent one. Reach Elite's a decent one on defensive line, but not really on safeties. Unfakeable is okay as well, but the tackling ones aren't as good as they used to be. It's really about the coverage ones, because they gave so many good like corner abilities and stuff that make coveraging really easy. That makes the run more meta, because the pass is so hard with all the abilities and stuff. Let's go look at a physical wide receiver's abilities, see what you guys can put maybe on Andre Johnson, because I know most of you guys do have him leveled up and stuff. I would recommend putting the X Factor on, because you get a free X Factor. But again, like even stuff like this, like Route Technician, it's kind of the same thing. Route Technician, none of these are really that super good, to be honest with you. Route Technician, Slot-O-Matic, Apprentices, and I guess if you run a lot of like a certain route like Mid-Out Elite, you could possibly run it. It is only 1 ability point, so you can put a bunch of them on your players. But I would highly recommend not doing it. It's just not super good. Route Technician, Slot-O-Matic, and I actually probably Matchup Nightmare would probably be decent, especially on like a receiver like this. If you put him in the slot, and then Outside Apprentice or slot Apprentice or Wide Receiver Apprentice are probably your go-tos. They're what you're going to want to run. Especially seeing you can't have as many abilities this year as previous years. Abilities are not as important except on the defense side. I would recommend really running bench press. It's super good. Obviously, I understand if you don't want to and you want to run like Acrobat, you put Acrobat on all of your corners. So you put Acrobat, that's 4 ability points. And then you want to do Edge Threat and Edge Threat, which would be 10 ability points. That would be another combination I would really like. But it's all about your scheme. Know your scheme. Know what you guys need to run. But those are really the good abilities. All the other abilities I would kind of stay away from. They're not very good, not very useful. Waste of training, and training is still kind of expensive. So make sure you're using it wisely. I hope you guys did find this video helpful. I hope it helped you guys out and know what abilities to put on your players. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you hit the subscribe button, as well as leave down a like and comment down below what abilities I've missed that are actually pretty glitchy that I just don't know about yet. Comment those down below. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys in the next one.